name is Patterson, and welcome to The Teenager with ADHD, where I'll be uploading new videos every single week on different topics of ADHD. In this episode, I wanted to kick off the brand new series, or my first ever series, with 11 things you should never say to somebody with ADHD. Now these ones, some of them you might realise are one of them, some of them you might not realise, but these are 11 things you should never ever say to somebody with ADHD. Let's have a look. Did you take your medicine today? Yes, I always take my medicine. But I don't need you pointing out the fact that I can't calm down at the moment. I don't need you telling me, oh, you might not have taken your medication today, so you need to calm down. I have taken my medication today. Now I got this a lot from my teachers, especially on the mornings. I got this a lot from my parents. Obviously my parents, they need to know. But when my friends sometimes say it, I don't mind it if my best friends ask me. But when people who are my friends, are my best friends, and who can sometimes be a bit annoying, then I'm just basically going to say to them, yes I did, but this is really annoying, so didn't ask again. So yeah, it gets annoying when people ask you these sort of questions. But basically that is it. I've taken them. Most people with ADHD take their medication, but yet most people with ADHD don't. And that is the common thing. People with ADHD take medication, and you pointing out the fact that I can't calm down isn't going to help me or anybody else in the situation. Okay? It's not that hard to focus. It is. With ADHD, you think of 20 different things every second. Nearly 20 different things. And right now, in my head, I'm thinking of all the different ways I can pronounce number 3. I can be posh. I can be other accents. Which is an example. I'm not really thinking about accents on number 3. But it is really hard to focus when you've got ADHD. My medication is mainly on focusing and behaviour. Whereas other people's medication could be, one could be on behaviour, one could be on focusing. Now, it is hard to focus when you are thinking about what you're having to tea for the night. A normal person will be sitting in class and they're thinking, ooh, I really want a pizza for tea tonight. That means that they're focusing on their tea, but they're also focused on their work. Whereas with people with ADHD and ADD, they are thinking, what am I going to have for tea tonight? But they could be thinking about 20 different things to have for their tea. They could be talking about 20 different things they could have for their breakfast, their lunch, their dinner, and it goes round in a cycle. It's hard to focus when your brain is basically wandering off when you're daydreaming. So it is that hard to focus, yes. ADHD isn't real. It is. Because obviously, when I've watched a couple of videos on 11 things you should never say to somebody with ADHD or ADD, they've always basically said the same thing. Medical school did you graduate from? Because the multiple doctors that diagnosed me, it was only really one, but the doctor who diagnosed me with ADHD, and then obviously you have to go through psychiatrists to get your medication and doctors and stuff. So if along the line ADHD wasn't real, then why am I taking medication for it? Think about that. The next one's calm down. I get this a lot when I'm starting to act a little bit up, when I'm acting a bit up, when I can't concentrate, or when I'm just basically blabbering on. Calm down is a surefire way of telling somebody, you need to calm down because I do not like what you're doing right now, but yet you're not going to change that, even though if I say calm down, you're not going to calm down. Telling somebody, anybody, to calm down is a surefire way for them not to calm down, just to annoy you. And that's what I sometimes do. Is everybody is a little ADHD. Now, they're not. Because you have ADHD, but you do not have a little bit of ADHD. So these are your brains. This brain is this side and this side. So say you have a little bit of ADHD on this side, but you don't have any ADHD on this side, then that doesn't work. But whereas with ADHD, I don't know whereabouts in the brain it is. With ADHD, it's situated inside the brain. So I have ADHD, which is like a big clump of ADHD. But you can't just have like a tiny, tiny little bit of ADHD, because that just would not work. It would not be possible. But yet, I don't get hyper. Sometimes I get hyper, sometimes I get annoying. But ADD and ADHD are basically the same thing. I know a couple of people who actually have both. But everybody isn't a little ADHD. You might be a little bit annoying, you might be a little bit hyper, but you're not ADHD. And if you think you are ADHD, go and get yourself checked out then. But this one is my brother's friend's sibling's dog's pet sitter has ADHD, so I totally understand. I'm sorry, you now a ADHD whisperer or something? You do not understand what we go through. And like I've said before, we go through a lot of things in our brains that we can't control, and sometimes we can't focus, and sometimes we can't control ourselves. So, you don't understand what we're going through unless you have ADHD. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that matter. How could you forget that? Right. Yeah, I'm going to use an example. This actually hasn't happened to me before, but I forget a lot of things. Like before, I couldn't find my phone. I put my phone on my bed, and I went on my iPad, which I'm not filming from. And you'll never guess what happened. I lost my phone. I had to find my iPhone on my iPad. I lost it. I don't know how, I don't know where, but I lost it. And I was all over my room, even in the place where the phone was. I couldn't find it, I couldn't remember where I put it, but yet I still found it with my iPhone. I forgot that because I wasn't paying attention. But most people with ADHD, there could be a noise back there when you're talking to them, there could be a noise everywhere around them, and their brain is thinking about their noises and not what you're telling us. So when people say to me, how could you forget that? That's so annoying. It's annoying for you, but think about how annoying it is for me, how I forget 20 billion things a day. Right, now this next one, I've actually had one of my friends ask me this question. I think I'm ADHD too. Just because I have ADHD, it doesn't qualify me. I haven't been to medicine school to get my qualification. That doesn't qualify me to say, yes, you are ADHD. I could say you might have a couple of symptoms, but you could have any manner of things. Just because you couldn't focus on your homework doesn't mean you have ADHD. But if you think you have ADHD, go to your doctor and say to the doctor, Doctor, I think I have ADHD. I buy some of your meds. Now, nobody's ever asked me this one before, but one of the things that people normally say is you can't have any of my meds because of the fact that it might be helping my brain, but it could like totally mess up your brain. So the side effects if you do not have ADHD are terrible. So if you took them and you do not have ADHD, then the side effects will be really, really bad for you. And these tablets can actually affect you in such a bad way if you do not have ADHD because of the fact that they are classed as, I can't remember what class of drug they are, but they are really, really powerful drugs. So no, nobody's ever asked me this before, but I would always say no, you can't buy some of my medication. You can't have ADHD, you're too smart. And on BuzzFeed it actually has, I know right, hard work never pays off. I am not that smart. I'm good at computers, but ADHD helps me forget and remember stuff. So I remember a lot of things that I do, but yet I forget them things in about 2 hours time. So yeah. So I have ADHD, I'm not that smart, but I know some people who actually do have ADHD and they're smart. So yeah. Now this one This one, the last one is you need to act normal. To me, acting normal is this. Hello. So basically, I can't act normal when I'm not on my medication at dry. But this one is actually on BuzzFeed. It's actually Sherlock Holmes, and basically just goes like this. So yeah, acting normal for me is not really what I do. But basically, acting normal to me, well, on BuzzFeed, it actually says you need to shove your face in a pile of beep. Basically, I'm not going to say the word because people that I know will be watching this, but it's basically you need to shove your face in a pile of beep if you can figure out what the word is. But I will put the link in the description below. So yeah, this is probably going to take me so much time to edit as well, though. But thank you so much for watching my first video on my brand new channel, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. I will be back next week with a brand new video. I'll be back one or two videos per week. But please subscribe, check out my channel, and also go to www.facebook.com/ I've forgotten it now. Oh no. I'll put the link in the description below. Follow me on Twitter at Rextobe Show, which is Rextobe Productions. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.